Yeah, you already know what it is. Shout out to the subscribers. It's your host with the most, Paul Frank, reporting for DJYTV. Two clips. We're going to get right into it now. Look, check it out. Look, you already know Nick Cannon got a podcast called Cannon's Class. Recently, the episode came out where he had Kanye over. They discussed a lot of things. Most of it had to do with fashion, shoes, design, all kind of design, from artwork, music, to architectural buildings. He talked about always wanted to work with the architectural magazine that was out there. They talked about his various deals with the Gap, Nike, and how he was able to put on one of his homies, close homies, with Louis Vuitton. So that was a good accomplishment. They talked about a lot of things that had to do with the topics that we're all dealing with today. They talked about the retreat and his home. A lot of income talk as far as money goes. One of the things that was interesting that they talked about beyond, the fashion tip was the Planned Parenthood. They went into the origins and, the good and bad. I guess more the bad that, that comes with that. Definitely a topic that's on the table that needs to be discussed. As far as, Kanye West being out there, he looked very sharp. He was on point with everything he was saying. He was joking around. He was catching the references. He was saying a lot of stuff. So it's good to see him in a different light like that. And hopefully everything starts to progress the way that it's been going. They did talk a lot about, as far as like the architect goes, the houses that he's building. And I would like to see more of that because, it paints a very interesting situation as far as civilization goes. If he's one of the geniuses that everybody, claims he is, then definitely we want to see where that's going. Please hit the comments, subscribe, let me know what y'all thinking about this because, it's kind of interesting to hear Kanye now talking about everything that happened in hindsight, and the way that he approaches the subject now. So if you guys, I always want to know what you guys think, you know what I'm saying? It's Paul Frank. You already know we're going to keep it moving. So we also want to talk about the new Busy Bone lyric video that came out. It's called The Shotgun from the Mantra album, which is coming right around this corner here this weekend. They're going to drop another video tomorrow, actually. So they just keep coming. You know what I'm saying? Busy Bone, Blaze. Shout out to everybody from Bone Thugs and Harmony, Mo Thugs, man. I mean, the music that's been coming out has been blazing. The Flesh album is dope. The Lazy album was fire. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to everybody. And, we're excited for this new Busy Bone album that's coming out. They already have the track list out. There's a bunch of new merch. I mentioned it in the last video. So if you want to go to IamBusyBone.com, he's got a bunch of merch. You can also pre-order the album now, which he said personally that is going to count for the first sales, for the first week sales and everything with the album and the streaming and all that stuff. So it's really important, if you want to go support the project, support the Lazy Bone project, support the Flesh and Bone project. I'm sure that we're going to be getting music from all sides. There's also some music from Twisted Insane that's dope, The Tales of Michael Johnson. Please go support that. And Lady Insane just dropped a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to keep coming with it. At the end of the video, I'm going to put the covers up so you already know. But we're going to keep it moving. Basically, the Busy Bone video is dope because he actually has a lot of lyrics. He has all the lyrics for the song. You can follow along, and it's really aggressive, in-your-face Busy Bone that we want to hear. It's pretty sharp. Blaze it, the production. I'm excited if these are the, like the singles we're already getting. To me, I can't even wait to hear the rest of the stuff because I already know it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be dope. And I'm excited to see. I know he said he was gonna connect with Bone later on in like 2024. I'm really hoping that it's before that because I feel like, man, with the vibe that he got going on now, the energy that everybody's coming with, a bunch of stuff. I really wish that they would. If COVID wasn't around and given all the conditions and all the perfect situations that could happen, you know what I mean? Like that they will come together as a group and drop some fire because I know that it's possible. I know it's coming in the future for sure. You know what I mean? I just wish it was now. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving. I want to talk a little bit about this Shyne situation now. Now, we just got word recently that Shyne actually talked about the situation that happened back in 1999 with Puff Daddy at the club, where he got hemmed up by police and eventually got taken into custody, and we all know what happened after that. Shout out to Shyne. You know what I'm saying? This was around the time when there was real people out here in these front lines, not these snitch people with the rainbows. You know what I'm saying? But look, we're gonna keep it moving like that though, bro. The situation he was talking about actually is really interesting because, you know, of course, years down the line, we start getting the truth about, you know, what happens in these situations. And he actually came out and said, hey, look, you know, it was the way that they played it came, you know, when it came around that time to go to court, there was a hearing for the trial when he got caught up at that club. He actually said that Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, you know what I'm saying, Diddy himself, approached him about, you know, how the lawyers were moving, and Diddy said that the lawyers try to pin everything on Shyne. So he was actually, Diddy said himself, you know, allegedly that he was pressured by the lawyers to put the heat on Shyne for everything that went down that night, which I think is something that we already knew. But shout out to Shyne for putting us up on, you know, game as far as the 100% facts, because I don't think he got any reason to lie. And the fact that he took that time like a G says a lot about his character, you know what I'm saying? And we already know a bunch of stuff, you know what I'm saying, like about everything else that has happened and how everybody draws their own conclusion and stuff like that. So look, you know, this is really interesting to know at a time where obviously the world is just in, you know, these crazy, you know, times. So it's true what they say, the truth always comes to the light. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to hit the comments. Let me know what you think about it, because I really think that this is twisted on some next level stuff. And we already kind of knew it. The fans that actually got the ear to the street, the people that actually can decipher between celebrity and real, you know what I mean? I think they all pretty much knew. But let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, though, we're going to talk about this Xzibit post, because recently I'm actually going to read the post because it's kind of interesting what he posted. And to keep it a buck, to keep it a thou wow, man, I'm going to tell you, like, it sounds a little creepy, you know. And shout out to Xzibit, Dre, M, the whole squad, Snoop, all of them on the west side, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm just going to break it down to you. Basically, he came out recently about an hour or two ago, a couple hours. And he came out with a post stating, you know, what a lot of people seem to be probably foreseeing in the future. And basically, I'm going to read the post right now, and this is what he said. This is coming from Xzibit, X to the Z himself, you know what I'm saying? That napalm, you know what I'm saying? El Fuego. So check it out. Xzibit says, I feel that everything going on from top to bottom is connected. I don't think we are prepared for what's really waiting in the wings. Just my gut feeling. The next 3 to 4 months are going to affect us in a way that we have never seen before. Ever. Now, he went on to say in the post, just my gut feeling. Put your back to the wall. Get your folks close. Get your folks close. Don't be easily distracted. Question everything. Fuck politics and organized religion. They got everybody at each other's throats and keep fanning the flames. There's a reason for that. Now, this shit sounds pretty alarming to me, coming from Xzibit. You know what I'm saying? Coming from a lot. Obviously, you know, we in these times. You know what I mean? If everything was to go down, given the conspiracy theorists and everything that we know, come on, look at the orange president that they got up there. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Coronavirus, economy's messed up all over the place. Me, myself, I'm in a situation where I'm forced to make moves based on, you know, the cards that are dealt. And that's just been me, you know what I'm saying, like my private opinion to the side, but just me trying to engage with y'all out there, man. The stuff really is crazy. Not to sound, you know, dark about it, but hey, look, this is something that came out recently. Actually a couple hours ago. So tell me what you think. Let me know what you think he's talking about. Obviously, he's talking about elections coming up. There is a lot of issues, you know what I'm saying, going down with the gun situation. There's no ammunition that seems to be available for people. There's people waiting on waiting lists to get their concealed and their weapons and stuff. And obviously they're getting rid of mailboxes because of the mail-in voting fraud situation and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And all over the globe, basically, because Corona affected everything. Seems to be like there is a global conspiracy, you know what I'm saying, with everything and all the signs and all the news that we're seeing today. But hit the comments, let me know what you think about that, because obviously we got to really talk about it. I'm anxious to see what you guys are going to tell me, because I do read the comments, you know. Shout out to everybody that's in the comments, man. Everybody showing love. Everybody that's not showing love, I appreciate y'all too. Believe it or not, man, you know, I'm over here trying to learn and get better for y'all and give you what you want and what you need. So, Paul Frank, hey, look, we're going to keep it moving. But, look, recently, talking about, like, at least an hour ago, there was a article about Eve and how she felt during the aftermath days. Actually, Eve was signed to Dr. Dre. If a lot of y'all didn't know, I'm sure y'all know that she was actually signed to Dr. Dre, and around the time where Dre found Eminem, apparently, as the story goes, due to the Rough Rider Chronicles and everything, she was dropped from the label months after Eminem came in the picture. Eve talks about being kind of like left, you know, in a messed up situation, because obviously she felt like, okay, look, they replaced her with somebody else, and she was, you know, at Dr. Dre's studio sessions where she knew that he would be there working with other people, and was questioning him and, you know, going up to him like, hey, you know, when y'all gonna put me on the album and this and that, what's going on? And obviously months later she was dropped from the label, but as we all know, you know, everything works in mysterious ways, and she actually ended up being signed to Rough Riders and met a whole crew of talented people, including the Locks. So thank God for that. She eventually went to work on with some of the top-notch, you know what I'm saying, best rappers as of yet. Even Gwen Stefani and all kind of stuff happened for her. So I'm really glad that, you know what I'm saying, it played out. But I want to know in the comments, I think that, you know, Eve on Aftermath and Eminem and everybody else that we know would have made some cool music, you know what I'm saying, throughout this whole time. So let me know in the comments if y'all think the same. Who would have worked with who? Busta Rhymes, Eve, Eminem, Dre. You know, they had Rakim at one point. I'm you know, my mind like wonders so, you know what I'm saying, so often to think what happened to the Detox album, because I know we got some reference tracks leaked out. I wonder where all that stuff is at. Let me know in the comments what y'all think, man, you know. But definitely a lot of stuff to see, you know, a lot of stuff to wonder about. But on this last topic though, we're gonna talk about the Yin Yang Twins. You already know the Yin Yang Twins, rapping duo from down south, Atlanta, Georgia, and definitely around for a lot of the molding of what today's artists sound like. Definitely one of the originators of the sound that worked with Little John. A lot of dope rappers out there, but there's a story on the actual Hot 107.9 radio station channel on YouTube that covered their interview with B High, you know, and ATL, and it was actually pretty fun because they tell a lot of stories of them. One story in particular, you know, obviously they tell the story of how they came to be and how they grew to be so, you know what I'm saying, so in the tune with everything and the way they set off the standard pretty much. But basically they tell the story of how Jay-Z called them around the time when he was cross-promoting with the pager or cell phone type of thing, you know what I'm saying? And he basically called them at College Park, you know, studios, the College Park Connect, and told them that they were messing up the bag and that they had to get on point with all these, you know, album sales and stuff, because they already had struck major gold with their writing abilities. And the member Kane talked about his writing capabilities and how he comes up with ideas, so that was really cool to see. And they also told an interesting story about the time when they was out in California at the hotel, and after kicking in, doing what they had to do, they both parted ways, and he went into the room and actually got a phone call from Suge Knight which we all know Suge Knight is Suge Knight in the industry and in the whole planet. So there's plenty of stories that we can all sit around and listen to from the artist as it's coming out now. But he basically says Suge Knight hit him on his, on the phone at the hotel and call him by his government name, which is really funny because, if we all know, when somebody knows the government name is, okay, they really mean business. So it was pretty interesting, and Kane is so animated when he speaks that I really suggest that you guys go check that out on the Hot 107.9 radio station channel on YouTube. And we gonna keep it moving like this. You already know it's Paul Frank, reporter for DJ YTV. I'm gonna catch you on the next episode.